intense European night at Celtic Park, and once again the stakes could scarcely be higher. A capacity crowd inside the stadium, reduced, mind you, to 35,000 to comply with UEFA regulations, but notwithstanding recent difficulties, these Celtic supporters in excellent heart. Manager Liam Brady has chosen that side to solve three problems. First, he depends on two of his foreigners, Stuart Slater and Andy Payton, to provide the goal thrust with Jerry Crenny up front. Secondly, he depends on his third foreigner, Tony Mowbray, to link up with Mike Galloway to prevent any defensive leaks which could end the tie. And finally, he depends on all 11 to restore Celtic's pride after 4 defeats in 5 matches. And the three foreigners rule eliminates Paki Bonar from the goalkeeping position and gives Gordon Marshall the chance to reassert his right to a first team place after missing the last 3 matches. Koln send out that team with defence in mind. Only Frank Ordenovic will play up front. There are 3 internationals in all: Ildner in goal, Ordenovic both for Germany, and Andrzej Rudy, who has won 11 caps for Poland. But as promised, there's no place for Pierre Littbarski. So they come here in excellent heart, having beaten Celtic by 2-0 in the opening leg of this tie. Celtic determined to get off to a very fast start though, with those European occasion numbers on the back. The pitch in absolutely excellent condition, and the conditions all over ideal for top class football. So already Koln have withdrawn everyone except Ordenovic from the attacking position. They're all back facing the ball. Stuart Slater has a key role tonight for Celtic. That's Coyler back in defence, thumping the ball forward. It was cut off well there by Mowbray. So a bad start there for Andy Payton, who's taken a knock right at the start of the match. Well, looks as though it's a blow at the bridge of the nose, so he should recover from that. Martin on the right. McNally playing it inside. So chase back there for Mowbray. There is a precedent for Celtic retrieving a 2-goal deficit in Europe. In fact, a couple of precedents. They did that in 1968-69 by coming back from 2 down against Saint Etienne and winning by 4 goals to nil here at Celtic Park. And also in 1983 they overturned a 2-goal deficit against Sporting Lisbon, scoring 5 times here at Celtic Park. But generally speaking, the side winning 2-0 in the first leg is the hot favourite to go through. So Celtic have a major task ahead. And the free kick given there for some pushing there by Slater. So Crenny is pulled back there for the free kick. A long chase on the flank there for Patrick Weiser. Played from McNally to Mowbray. Once again, the pass back rule having an impact there. Weiser will take this throw. One of 3 changes from the first leg side for Koln. So Weiser's long throw met solidly by Mowbray. Mowbray in trouble there. Was he nudged? A good save by Marshall. Came from Steinman. It's all academic though, because the whistle had gone for a push on Mowbray inside the box. And here says Paul McStay. Crenny challenged instantly by Hegel. That's held, and Weiser. And a collision there between Peter Grant and Tony Mowbray. No, Grant wasn't too happy about that. So Cologne having possession again. They'll be looking to take the sting out of Celtic early on in particular. This is Helt. Rudy. Good play by Rudy, the Polish international, causing problems at the edge of the penalty area. He's frustrated with himself. Played wide on the right side of midfield in the first leg, but operating in a more central role at this stage in the match for Cologne. So Carsten Keuler has come from his defensive position to operate in the attack, with Jan Jensen, the centre half, also up. Headed away by Craney, that's held. A bit of respite there for the Celtic defence. Right away from the bows there of Payton. So lots of interchanging up front for Celtic. Collins is in trouble. This is Greiner. One of the three new men in the side from the first leg for Cologne. Greiner, Keuler and Weiser, replacing Lehmann, Litbarski and Flick. Now Gordon Marshall resisting the offer of a short throw out to Galloway. Header by Hegel. There's Mowbray. Twenty forcing it back. That's Boyd. Boyd strong again in that challenge with Greiner, but the free kick has been given against Tom Boyd. Well, he didn't appreciate the contribution of Frank Greiner to that move, although he seems to be untroubled. Forward from Rudy. Held, couldn't control it. That's Boyd. Chases on for Payton. His marker is Baumann. Karsten Baumann, 23-year-old central defender, marking Andy Payton early in the match. This is Tom Boyd. The cross was too long. Slater underneath that. So was Payton. Jörg Berger there, the Cologne coach, also under some pressure in view of Cologne's poor start to the season. McNally's header may require some help. No, Marshall is quickly enough out. Mowbray appeared to have that covered. Here's Galloway. Stay comes for the ball short. Good pressurising tactics by Cologne. This is Steinman. Held, taking the ball on the run. Showing enough of that to Galloway to allow Celtic to win possession. Collins across to McNally. Payton working hard, but losing out there to Rudy. There's Craney with Hegel. Cross well won there by Baumann. The layoff from Ordenovitz. This is Horst Helt. He played it left back in the first leg. Ordenovitz again. He's away from Galloway, goes down, and question marks obviously there by Galloway. Showing a little problem with his temperament once again. Clearly believes that the striker dived there. Well, here's Ordenovitz. And Galloway going in there slipping. Did he catch Ordenovitz? Galloway thought not. The ball go through, but if there's a weakness in Mike Galloway's makeup, it is that volatile temperament. This This is McStay. Brought down quite blatantly there by Rudy. Looking full of purpose there. So Celtic captain leading by example early on. Steinman's headed clearance. Benovitz on his own, looking for support coming from the back. Greiner is very quick. And away from Galloway. Not a bad effort that by Greiner. But a little reminder there to Celtic. Another problem posed by the pace of Greiner. Cleared by Baumann. That's Weiser. And now Mowbray for Celtic. Headed away by Jensen. Picked up by Slater. McStay takes over. Collins to Boyd. Good play there by Collins, hounded all the way by Steinman. Was that handball by Greiner? Celtic thought so. The Belgian referee didn't. Strong challenge there by Grant. That's McStay. Just out of reach for Craney. Well, Celtic playing with their customary early verve and pace. Trying to play these accurate passes around the penalty box. Collins playing it forward there and appeared to be caught there in the thigh of Greiner. So Gordon Marshall again waving his teammates forward. Head flick on from Payton, goes behind Craney. Into the penalty box when these crosses come in. Their midfield players have to support a little bit quicker, I think. There's Held. Weiser. Held. Again, there's lots of pace about this Cologne side. Weiser stepping inside brilliantly. This is promising for Cologne. Headed clearance came from Collins. Here's Grant. Now Slater, a chance to run at the defence. Now lost his momentum. There's Peter Grant. Slater gives chase, but he had no real prospect of reaching that. Now Slater is operating behind Payton and Craney. Trying to get the chance to run at the Cologne defence. Here's Baumann. The flag was up for offside, but the referee allows Celtic to continue in possession. This is Collins looking for Boyd to support on the left. Now Grant. Very good man marking by the Germans though. Good pass from Mowbray. Coiler marking Slater. A very good tackle. This is Craney. His marker is Hegel. Good play by Paul McStay. The German play getting him there to the byline. But once again, the German marking in the box was so diligent. There's Greiner. Boyd gets up well. And Tom Boyd wondering why there was no teammate on the near post area there. Galloway looking for Craney, telling the ball out for a throw. The apology offered there by Galloway to Craney. So it's McStay and Grant in the Celtic midfield engine room, right in the centre. Slater on the right, Collins on the left. Payton and Craney up front. Stay directing traffic as Cologne bring the ball from defence. Here's a Greiner. Well, good pressure play there by Payton on Jensen. Wady McGriner's throw. Takes a safe course, playing it up the line. Zordanovich. Back from Galloway. Now here's Mark McNally. Craney with Hegel. Well, once again, when that ball was played in, only Andy Payton was inside the 18-yard box for Celtic. No midfield players getting up to put pressure on. Well, there's Payton going into the area there as Craney sends the ball across. Nobody else is in that position. But Craney had an unfortunate match by his standards on Saturday against Partick Thistle, withdrawn at half-time, out of touch. Craney's layoff. Slater. Well, it's an occasion when one of those Celtic players could make a real name for himself up front. They could open up this Koln defence. Well, Mike Galloway's pass going astray. Preferred to Gary Gillespie tonight. The offside flag is up against Craney. Slow coming back as Koln pushed out. So Guy Goethals, the referee, taking a very firm grip on things early on. This is Hegel and now Steinmann. Cross from Jensen. This is Weiser. And now held. Well tackled by Galloway. Well, Koln has settled into this match very well indeed. The man-marking system, operating well in defence, with Jensen here in possession, the spare man at the back, the sweeper. Rudy's header. The header back there by Craney, looking for Slater. This is McStay. Well tackled there by Coyler. This is Boyd running at Griner. Good change of pace coming inside, but his touch let him down. John Collins couldn't gather the ball either. Boyd going in very strongly there on Griner. But if he's given a free kick against Boyd. So Griner playing number 3, White on the right for Koln, directly against Tom Boyd when he pushes forward. Zordanovich trying to find space. Galloway to Mowbray. And Craney being followed everywhere by Hegel. Mowbray organising defence. Bodo Illner has lost his place currently in the German international side. Hasn't had to show too many of his talents yet tonight. That's Gillespie's header. Galloway's header. This is Rudy. Cross goes Mowbray. Now McStay. Collins. Well, the Germans are pressing the Celtic rearguard extremely well, giving them no chance to settle on the ball. So the passes are not coming from deep positions accurately for Celtic. It's well taken by Marshall, and there's some time and space here for McStay. Good running wide by Payton, followed by his marker Baumann. So it's Baumann on Payton, Hegel on Craney, Coyler on Slater, Jensen spare. Lofted in there by Payton. Hegel winning it well. Collins did well to keep that down. Well, he scored some spectacular goals for Celtic, John Collins. Headed away by Hegel. Difficult one to keep down. And Collins managed that, but Ildner was right behind it. That's Rudy. Helt. Coiler has gone forward. Met there by Mowbray. Coiler staying forward this time, the youngster. Denovitz has got the better of McNally. So throw it is to Koln. Well, there's no question really that at this stage in the match, Koln have every reason to feel confident. Things going their way. Their tactical plan appears to be succeeding at this stage. 20 minutes gone in the first half. There's Weiser. Played away by Mowbray. And McNally lashing the ball upfield, but an easy one for Jensen. Craney couldn't gather that. It's back now with Grant and McStay. Collins. That's good play away from Greiner. Oh, the recovery tackle by Greiner, a bit too severe. Paul McStay and Tom Boyd exchanging a few words there. McStay not happy with Boyd's positioning when Collins was in possession. Collins sliding it in. Mowbray's in the box. Ildner electing to punch that. Mowbray's there again. Kept down well by Collins. Helt opening the play out, looking for Weiser. Well, the Celtic supporters encouraged by that flurry of attacking play. Mowbray looking for Andy Payton, but it's Karsten Baumann, the 23-year-old marker there, following Payton all over the place. Craney. Free kick's been given for the tackle on Slater by Coiler. The pace of Slater caused the problem for young Coiler there, and has given Celtic a free kick. Slater still battling to get into this match as a major threat to the Cologne defence. Paul McStay's free kick. Mowbray challenging well. Difficult one for Ildner. Well, they had to watch that carefully. Tony Mowbray showing his aerial power there in an attack for Celtic. Good leap by Galloway. This is Grant. Boyd. Payton tried to deceive Baumann there. Took a knock for his trouble. Defender standing firm. Now showing his comfort coming forward. It's back from Galloway. Marshall looking very confident. That's good play by Grant. This is Collins. Tom Boyd on the outside. Covered a lot of ground there, Boyd, to become involved in this attack. And a great save from Ildner, from John Collins. Oh, save of real international quality to deny John Collins and Celtic. Boyd's arrival in the left made the difference. It's a fine right foot shot from Collins and a brilliant save. McStay, no one in the far post. Boyd returns it. Collins again. He's been allowed to turn. Well, he was looking for a corner kick there. I thought that might have been deflected. Well, Bodo Ildner trying to make an impression to regain his place in the German goal. And this is the sort of quality that he has. Well, a long ball from Tony Mowbray, unlikely really to cause problems, although Celtic I think want to keep the ball deep inside the Cologne half at this stage. The long high ball upfield unlikely to open up. The defence is well organised as Cologne's at this stage. There's Baumann going across the bows of Payton. Well, the German defender is winning that particular joust at this stage. Payton again. Good return pass, there's Payton! Now that is the kind of vintage Celtic play which can make all the difference. Payton and Trenny combining superbly at the edge of the box. The return pass from Trenny was excellent. Payton had to get this on target and he couldn't quite manage it. Disappointing finish from Payton, but a fine move nevertheless. A lot more encouragement now for the Celtic supporters. This is John Collins. Peter Grant. McStay. Collins again. Good running by Slater. Well, of course, well cut off by Koln. Celtic have to settle for a corner. But past the midway point in the first half, they started for the first time to trouble this Cologne defence. Tony Mowbray at the edge of the area, exchanging a few words with Jan Jensen, who scored for Cologne from a corner in the first leg. Ilner flapping at that. Here's Peter Grant. Well, less than entirely decisive from Bodo Ilner in goal, but Peter Grant couldn't take full advantage. I don't think the goalkeeper will be too happy with his clearance there. Could have been punished by an accurate shot. Andy Payton is certainly dragging Karsten Baumann all over the pitch with his running for Celtic. He was caught offside there though. The referee only now spotting the linesman's flag. The referee clarifies the position. Frank Greiner will take the free kick. Steinman's header, Orderovitz on the turn, and not a bad snapshot. Orderovitz did the damage in the first leg with that second goal in Cologne. Crenny is penalised with his challenge in the air on Rudy. Greiner playing it along. Mowbray in command in the air at the back. This is McStay. Good surging run from McStay. Collins was always an option. So is Boyd. Very good defending though by Rico Steinman for Cologne. Followed Boyd all the way back there. Fine tackle also by Steinman. Boyd had to settle for the throw. Some very determined defending there by Greiner and Steinman for Cologne. Back to Peter Grant. Well, two good chances in 2 minutes on the edge of the penalty area, and he still detests Bodo Ilner. Concerned Celtic bench, I reckon, at this stage. They've been huffing and puffing in the last 5 or 10 minutes around the Cologne box without really penetrating, except for those two good efforts, one from Payton and one from Collins. There's Boyd. Strong play by Payton initially, but Baumann stood up to that. And then took too long on the ball, allowing Collins to tackle. Well, Andy Payton could make himself a hero tonight if he could contribute in the scoring sense. Galloway's header. Galloway again going across. Very confident turn by Galloway. Good header down. Payton to Collins. McStay sprinting through the middle. Challenging well in the air. And McStay had lost his marker for that run. These duties delegated to Helt or Rudy in midfield for Cologne. Neither picked him up. But here's Rudy now in the counter-attack. Coyler is offside. So Coyler going the full length of the pitch there to link up an attack. So not content to stay in defence, marking Slater. Mowbray's header gives the throw to Cologne. Well, patience will be an important virtue also for Celtic tonight. A lot of goals tending to come in European ties in the later stages of the match. But I'm certain that Celtic will be looking for something before half-time. Andy Payton was held back by Baumann. The first real misunderstanding in defence among the Cologne players. Jensen and Baumann getting into a tangle there, and Payton eventually impeded. So that would certainly concern the Cologne coach, Jörg Berger. But it's a chance for Celtic. Stay over the ball. Galloway's also there. Peter Grant may be involved also. The referee ensuring the wall retreats the requisite 10 yards. Well, they appear to be caught in two minds, these Celtic players, about which move to put into action. Mowbray had to hurry with that pass. And there's Steinman on the counter-attack. Well, a collision there, an accidental one I thought, between Mowbray and Greiner, but the referee thought that Mowbray was the culprit, and Cologne have a free kick. Well, I thought the player slipped there and collided, but it's not the view taken by the man who matters, Guy Goethals, the referee. Hegel has gone forward from the back, the big number 2. There's Steinman's free kick. Coyler also in there. A long run back for Hegel. Back with McNally. Well, he was forced to hurry there by the attentions of Frank Ordenovitz. And that's a feature of the German play which has been very effective. The way their front men, the midfield players, have put pressure on the Celtic back four in possession. It's Mowbray. Collins very deep. Hegel going in across the bows of Craney. Well, Jerry Craney will remember Alphonse Hegel, I'm sure, after this match. Controlled well by Craney, supported by Grant. This is Slater. Headed away by Rudy. There's Ordenovitz with Held on the left. This is a chance for Cologne. And Ordenovitz opted to go right when there was an opening on the left. Collins trying too neat a pass there. The free kick been given against John Collins. Another collision in midfield. Doesn't appear to be any intent there on the part of Collins either. This is Greiner. Steinman. It's good running again by Steinman. McNally's header. Well, Greiner chose to have a go first time. He had time to control that. But Mark McNally thoroughly relieved, I've no doubt, to see this go over. Steinman did well initially. It was a very firm header by McNally. It fell straight to Greiner. Well, it's all very tense defensively for Celtic. Should they lose a goal, they'll have to score 4 times to win the tie, and they would have no possibility of extra time either. 2-0 for Celtic would mean extra time, but right now I reckon they would settle for that happily, because they have found it very difficult to penetrate this German defence so far. Here's Tom Boyd. Clearance came from Jensen. McStay. Twitty gathering the ball well there, holding off Hegel. Collins against Greiner. And corner kick it is to Celtic. Teams always looking for some joy from corner kicks these days. There's a crowd on the near post. Ildner comes to meet it. Here's Grant again. Opening it out to the left for Boyd. Chance it on this time! It's a magnificent finish from Paul McStay, and Celtic are right back in the tie. Well, a stunning finish here from Paul McStay, as Boyd sent the ball in, a very good aerial challenge. The ball broke there to Paul McStay's left foot, and that thundering volley left Ildner without a chance. Well, the aerial power made a big difference inside the area there. Mowbray, the thing of it. It broke the left foot of Paul McStay, and it's the perfect boost for Celtic after 36 minutes. Well, Paul McStay choosing a European occasion to pick up his second goal of the season only. And what a difference that might make. Koln of a free kick, not a throw as Greiner thought. Steinman, challenged firmly by McStay. Well, if there was a spring in the Celtic step early in the match, it's return to the vengeance now. That's a foul all right by Greiner. And the referee will have words with the Cologne number 3. Frankie Greiner, identifying Paul McStay as a major threat in midfield. The bad tackle this, I reckon that Greiner's lucky to avoid a booking here. He knew exactly what he was doing bringing down McStay. And it certainly produced a very angry reaction from Tom Boyd. Barman's header, in goes Grant. McNally's header. Up goes Craney. McStay again. Well, he's very much in the mood, Paul McStay. Clearly enjoys those European occasions, and he's determined to be involved in more of these this season. Running it down, there's Collins. First comes Hegel. There's Galloway. Using McStay as a decoy inside. Good running up front by Payton. Kept in well by Boyd. Payton has to stay off the field. Here's John Collins. The deflection! It's a goal for Celtic! Celtic's way completely. Trainee got the vital touch from the pile driver from Collins. Good play there by Boyd, playing it in. Controlled initially and laid back there to Collins. And there was a touch by Trainee, which left Ilsner helpless. For 2 and 3 minutes from Celtic. And now the tie is on level terms. So the second goal coming after 39 minutes. And Koln suddenly looking rattled. But it's a time nevertheless for Celtic to be diligent in defence. Remember, an away goal could have such a vital bearing on the match. Well, the Celtic dugout with Liam Brady still looking stern there. Brian Scott managed a smile. Well, the decision has gone Koln's way once again. Well, the referee at this stage could scarcely be called a homer. The referee Goethals, headed away by Mowbray. A long-range effort considered by Greiner. Well, anticipating an offside trap, but Celtic did not spring, in fact. Mowbray hanging back to provide depth. That move breaks down. Payton with Baumann. In goes Jensen. Jordanovic. An offside decision against Held. The referee's given it, although Paul McStay was in possession in midfield. The advantage rule could certainly have been applied there. Jordanovic was not the culprit. It was Horst Held who had gone to support him, who went offside. Mowbray's free kick. Controlled well by Craney. Hoyler lays it off to Helt. Mowbray's header. Rudy's headed into midfield. It's all untidy in that area at the moment. Greiner looking for Steinman. Grant was too casual there. Collins was determined though. Here's Payton. Now Slater. Collins brought down after the ball had been released. The referee may take action when the dust settles here, or this move breaks down. And Tom Boyd bundled down by the combined efforts of Greiner and Jordanovic. Greiner involved again. Still, the referee is not considering a yellow card for the Koln number 3. There will be a hold-up here for attention to a Koln player caught in the middle of the field. Well, the referee looks calm enough, but he certainly has had his work cut out in the last 15 minutes or so. Well, it could be one of those very happy European occasions for these Celtic supporters. Certainly are guaranteed a night of complete tension right to the end now. So a little band of Cologne supporters there behind Bodo Illgner in goal. Rico Steinman is back on his feet. A spell of treatment. John Collins and Tommy Boyd over this free kick, taken by Collins. And not a bad effort there by Mowbray. Attacks the ball so well in the opposing penalty box. Arrived very low in the end for Mowbray, but he died for this. Easily taken in the end by Ilgner. Here's Ilgner. Not too happy, the ball at his feet. McStay. Space here for Slater. Much too close to Ilgner, the cross. Held, he's been all over the place in midfield with the long blonde hair flying for Koln. Greiner and Boyd together. Greiner has done very well indeed, but the support provided by Galloway has made all the difference to Celtic. And to Tom Boyd. It's Held. Held again. Promising play that from Koln coming from midfield. The two blonde players, Rudy and Helt, very lively when they have possession. Not quite so enthusiastic perhaps about the marking chores which they were set at the start of the match, looking after McStay and Grant. And Steinman couldn't keep the ball in play. Going into time added on for stoppages in the first half. To equalise over the two legs for Celtic, and now things look extremely promising. The Celtic supporters waiting with great anticipation for the second half. At half time at Celtic Park, it's Celtic 2, Koln 0. And Celtic Park buzzing there during the interval. There's going to be serious trouble up for Greiner. It's a yellow card for the tackle on John Collins. Now Frank Greiner was very fortunate in the first half not to be booked on two occasions, and that would have been an ordering off. So the Belgian referee at long last produces a yellow card, and that's the reason for it, and that could so easily have been a red card all on its own. Well, the Koln side clearly has been fired up at the interval by their coach, Jörg Berger. Man under severe pressure apparently, and the way this game is going, he could be under more pressure for the night's out. Here's John Collins. Slater stolen there by Helt, and Slater's been penalised for his tackle. So the two number 7s clash there, Stuart Slater and Horst Helt. Well, one of the great things about these European occasions is that we are absolutely guaranteed more drama before the night is out, because we're either going to see more goals or a penalty shootout as Karsten Keuler goes down following a tackle from Peter Grant. So Mark McNally looking on there, young player settling in well to European football. Played on there by Ordenovic. Greiner using his pace. A very good tackle by Paul McStay. Well, showing the full range of his talents tonight, both creatively and on the defensive session. Ordenovic will take this corner. Too long for Steinman. Well, you have the impression now that if Celtic were able to snatch a third goal, Koln may become even more ragged and perhaps may even fold, because morale has been a problem this season, and Celtic have an opportunity here to win a famous victory. Here's Jerry Craney showing too much of that to Hegel. Here's Baumann. Played forward by Weiser. This is Tony Mowbray. Headed away by Jensen. Steinman trying to turn away from Boyd. Held, holding off Grant. Good play by Koln. This is Steinman. Boyd wins it back. He's very powerful indeed, Tom Boyd. That's for Payton. He's tangling there with Baumann. They'll get no free kick though. Holding it well out of his goal. Still resisting the temptation to thump the ball out of play. McStay going in very heavily there on Karsten Keuler. Failed to make contact with the ball, but caught the young Koln player. appears to be slightly winded. Well, McStay playing with real urgency in the Celtic midfield. Forward, well, cut off by Hegel, but this is Slater. And now Craney, he's offside. That must have been a very close decision. So Cologne realise also that if they're going to qualify for the second round of the UEFA Cup, they have to score a goal or depend on a penalty shootout. There's Jensen, scored the first goal in the first leg. Eagles header, cut off by Grant. Boyd forced into the pass back. Offside flag up against Steinman, who was slow coming back after Rudy won the high ball from Peter Grant. Steinman withdraws again. Celtic have the free kick. Collins with Greiner. Shot to get the decision. A very tough player, John Collins. He has withstood that searing tackle from Greiner at the start of the second half and looks none the worse. Greiner has been with Collins throughout the match so far. Boyd's cross. And three Celtic players were in there. Paul McStay, Stuart Slater and Jerry Craney, and none of them could get a touch. Well, this is good play again by Tom Boyd. Switching the ball to his right foot for that very dangerous cross. The player jumping highest was Craney. It's well won by Payton for Slater. Well, that pass caught Sandy Payton on his heels. Don't think he expected that. Now he's headed inside. Plenty of time here for Galloway, releasing it early for Marshall. Stay well tackled by Rudy. An offside flag against Nordenovitz. Free kick to Celtic again. Gordon Marshall coming well out of his goal to take this free kick. Allman wins it from Craney. Then Rudy from Grant. McNally looking there for Payton. Clearance from Jensen. Mowbray gets help there from Boyd. Sliced away by Hegel. But the Germans who looked so confident and composed in the opening half hour, now looking much more ragged. You have the feeling Celtic will never have a better opportunity than they have right now. There's Craney. Well, he was guilty of the initial holding off on Hegel. That's why Cologne have a free kick. There's Steinman. This is held. Nordenovitz to Rudy. Fine tackle by Galloway. Now McStay. Trying to find a way past Rudy. Steinman. Coyle has gone forward. Well, rather ambitious effort that by Carsten Coyle, but he does come forward very effectively for Cologne when he leaves his defensive duties. So a change is going to be made now by Cologne. They're withdrawing Rico Steinman, who was injured in the first half, you may recall. And the replacement here is Henry Fuchs. So Fuchs comes on to replace the injured Steinmann. That'll be a blow, I reckon, to Cologne, losing Steinmann at this stage. Now Andy Payton with Grant. It's back with Galloway. Lloyd forced to hurry there. Rudy. Greiner. The interception made by Boyd. Setting it up for Collins. Boyd wants it back on the touchline. Jensen, the sweeper, going across. Well read by Jensen. And his appeal results in a throw to Cologne. And neither Tom Boyd nor the Celtic supporters in the front of the stand agree with that. Here's Held, playing it back inside for Fuchs. A very good tackle by Galloway. Decisive, accurate, well timed, and another very clumsy challenge there. That's Ordenovich. Tom Boyd the victim. So the handshake ends that little incident. Well, remember, extra time a possibility. A certainty if there are no further goals in the 90 minutes. The Eagles' clearance. Ordenovich to Fuchs. Greiner. Fuchs caught late there by Tom Boyd. The free kick's been given. So another change being made, this time by Celtic. The player being withdrawn is Stuart Slater, who really has not been able to make an impact this evening. And the replacement is Joe Miller. Well, Stuart Slater, Celtic's most expensive signing in history at £1.5 million, still to make a real impact on these Celtic supporters. Joe Miller has certainly done so on various occasions in the past. He looks for this long throw out. A new challenge here for Coiler. It's well cut off by Rudy, showing strength as well as skill. Weiser. Ordenovich. Payton to McStay. Well, Joe Miller started to make a run, then checked out of that. That's what confused Paul McStay. So here's Horst Helt. McNally, a little nudge there, going for that from Ordenovich. The referee waving play on as Collins tries to make progress. There's Helt turning away from Boyd. Another tackle there came from John Collins. It's a very tense phase in the match, this. 2 each on aggregate. And no away goals for either side, so it's absolutely even. Except that Celtic have home advantage. But a slip at either end could settle this tie. Horst Helt with the short free kick. The return comes from Jensen. Greiner kept that in play. That's awkward now for Galloway. Clearance picked up by Helt. This is Greiner again. Turned away by Mowbray, a very good interception. Here's Miller. Ordenovich hustling him all the way across field. Handball by Ordenovich. Quickly taken free kick. This is McStay. Mowbray to Galloway. Quinny colliding with the police officer on the track. Played forward by Coiler. There's Mowbray. Headed away by Mowbray again. Not happy with that. He miscued somewhat, and there's going to be another change made by Cologne. And they're withdrawing their least experienced player, Karsten Koiler, and they're going to bring on their most experienced player, the international Pierre Lidbarski. So Lidbarski is the kind of player who can turn the game around. The midfield general. There will be some reorganisation to allow Lidbarski to take up a midfield position. Horst Helt, I think, is going back to mark Joe Miller. Well, he played in the left back position in the first match in Cologne, Helt, so this is no problem for him positionally. This is Hegel. Now Lidbarski. Played forward there by Grant. The layoff from Payton. Collins tried to find Craney with an early pass. Didn't get the angle right. Mowbray's header. McStay has to challenge here with Rudy. And McStay is penalised. Well, he did appear to barge into Rudy. He accepts that from the referee. Lidbarski wants to direct traffic now for Cologne. His problem will be to pick up the pace of the match. Always difficult for a substitute, but he is vastly experienced and can produce that little bit of magic which can turn a game. Grant trying to play that through for Craney coming in from the left. Grant has taken a knock in the process. The ball has been played out there to allow treatment for Grant. Ryan Scott, the Celtic physio, comes to give some attention. Tony Mowbray offering encouragement to all the Celtic players during this little bit of respite. Instructions coming from Liam Brady on the bench. And the ball has been returned to Cologne, who allowed the time for treatment for Grant, who's back in his usual place. Collins has developed a very good understanding with Tom Boyd on the left. Jensen's clearance. Fuchs is beaten there by Mowbray. Well, Celtic get a free kick, and I must confess, I think they're fortunate. There didn't appear to be any infringement there from this position, but the referee was right on the spot. Craney was the victim, he thinks, of a push. So a free kick it is to Celtic. Boyd is over the ball. Mowbray at the corner of the penalty box. He's the target. Well beaten to that by Jensen. Well, Mowbray is on the ground. The head clash there with Jensen. The referee halts the play, giving real respect to any head damage. Oh, is there blood from any damage? Very much a favourite of the Celtic supporters, Mowbray. Well, there's Jensen, and these two met in the air there. There was the challenge. Jensen did very well to get across Mowbray for that clearance. So the determined man in the heart of that Celtic defence gets back to his position. Drop ball will restart the match. The referee reminding the players the ball must strike the surface before it's played. Grant to Mowbray. Well controlled by Craney. Strong play indeed by the young striker. This is McStay. Short with a pass for Miller. There was a potential opening there had McStay been able to find Miller. Here's Mark McNally with the throw. Miller again. Good play by McNally and by Miller, spinning away from Weiser. Mowbray's cross not high enough. Good play by McStay this time. There's Mowbray. Oh, he scored one or two spectacular goals in his short Celtic career, and he was looking for another there. So the damage to the temple there has been fixed. Allow him to see the match out. Certainly won't prevent him heading the ball, you can be sure of that. There he goes. Not any thought at all for his own well-being there. Helt to Weiser. Well stopped by McNally. Helt again. Lidbarski not yet picking up the pace of the match. Craney brought down by Rudy. No question about that being a foul. Rudy, the Polish international, knows that. Craney changing pace there to go away from his man, and brought down heavily by Rudy. Paul McStay looking for a head flick on there from that little free kick from Miller. Kept in by Held. Koln sliding in well. Mowbray uses Boyd in space. Well, Craney, I think, was mindful of Hegel's position there. He's been shadowing him all over the place all evening. Alphonse Hegel has to do some work again on Craney. That's a fine throw at that from Hildner. Held. Cutting inside Grant. Litbarski takes over. Litbarski wants it again. It's well kept in by Gordon Marshall. The challenge came from Paul McStay, who realised the menace posed by Lidbarski, who's been one of Europe's finest players for a decade now, reaching the veteran stage, 32. John Collins. He's away from Rudy. This needs an accurate cross. Behind Craney and Payton. McNally trying to get to the pitch of that. Rudy again. This is Galloway. That's a good pass. Collins leaves it to Boyd. Change of pace from Boyd and a good effort. Well, the problem for a defender against Boyd is that he can go equally comfortably on either side. This time he goes to his right foot, his natural side. There's Boyd again. Greiner faces him. This time he goes on the outside and earns a corner kick for Celtic. Corner kick number 3 for Celtic. They haven't been in great supply corners this evening. So Mowbray on the near post, Galloway on the far post. Punched away by Ildner. Always going for safety with these. Then across by Miller, and Mowbray under severe pressure there from both Ardenovitz and Jensen. Couldn't get that on target. Patrick Weiser. Now Horst Helt. Lidbarski. Good running again by Helt. Very effective for Koln tonight. Now Greiner. Rudy. Lidbarski takes over. And Tom Boyd got a touch there. It'll be a corner. Delicate chipped pass there by Pierre Littbarski. So that little bit of class which can make such a difference. Zanovitz for the corner. Good challenge made by Mowbray. Littbarski to Held. Ordenovitz over on the far side. Well tackled by Craney. Celtic have to defend again though. Koln trying to come forward in a measured fashion. They know they have to find the net to guarantee success in the tie. Tense moments these for Celtic. Again by Craney. Koln for the moment keeping Celtic hemmed in. It's a fascinating match now. Another corner kick earned there by some good running over there on the far side, this time by Heagle, who had gone up with the attack. So concentration vital here for the Celtic defence after all the good work in the first half. Came off the head of Mowbray, I think. And now a chance in the break for Celtic. Payton in the clear. Well, they couldn't take that on the run. Pass back controlled by Ildner. The pass misses Baumann. He's never been comfortable, Ildner, with the ball at his feet. There's Craney. Collins playing it across. Miller had gone inside. This is Held. Joe Miller backtracking there to concede the throw. So less than 20 minutes remaining, and unless there's a goal we'll have half an hour's extra time. Weiser playing it along. There's Mike Galloway. Long clearance from Marshall. Jensen to Littbarski, who always makes himself available in midfield. Collins made a very good, accurate tackle there on Greiner. Ordenovitz. Well, he's been given the throw. That was controversial. Here's Fuchs. Good close control shown there by Henry Fuchs. Then in by Greiner. And headed away firmly by McStay, who knew exactly what he was doing there. Quite content to concede the corner. The big men go up. Baumann, Heagle, Jensen. Well, Celtic haven't been too assured defending against corner kicks this season. That's better from Craney. Clearing from the near post. Only Andy Payton's been left upfield for Celtic. The attack breaks down there with that ball played across the goal, behind for the goal kick. Held down there by Rudy. Littbarski casual there, allowing Miller to win possession. Littbarski recovers well though. This is Patrick Weiser. Long stride on the left flank, troublesome for Celtic potentially. Littbarski wanted too much time on the ball there. McStay collects for Celtic and finds Miller. Andrej Rudy is the challenger who slipped at the opportune moment there for Miller. A long deep cross. Well, rather ambitious that from John Collins, especially at his weaker side, the right, when he had two players in the middle, Andy Payton and Jerry Craney. But Joe Miller certainly has added a little bit of extra sting to the Celtic attack on the right. Early nudge there by Galloway, picked up by the referee. I think he was right there. Looked as though Galloway perhaps misjudged the flight of the ball initially. Collided there with Fuchs. Free kick taken short by Rudy to Held. A misunderstanding with Weiser. Miller wants to go outside Held. That won't be easy. Held is very quick. 22-year-old testing Miller. Good work by Joe Miller though, but in the end he couldn't get the cross in. This is McStay trying to hold off Rudy, who made a very good challenge there. McNally going in to concede the throw. Well, there's a feeling around the stadium that there's some real drama to come. Just over a quarter of an hour to go. It's all even, 2 apiece in aggregate, no away goals. There's something must happen tonight. An offside decision given against Joe Miller, I think. A little bit slow coming back. It's not the correct position for Rudy, but I don't think the referee will be too concerned. Barsky towards Heagle. It's well won by Collins. Heagle's out of position. Craney was the man who was marking. It's his pass which finds Collins. And Barsky did a fine job defensively there. Look at the way he holds off the challenge from Collins. Now Rudy. Very dangerous ball that to Greiner. And a fine attack that from Cologne. A timely reminder to Celtic. They have to be very diligent in defence. Henry Fuchs with the header in the end. He's frustrated about that. The pace of Greiner on the right, the delicate little chip inside, and the header came from Fuchs. Now John Collins. Galloway. Heagle intercepts. Mowbray did well. This is Grant. Oh, McNally. Looking for Payton up the line there, but that's overhit by the young fullback. He's 22 years old. Very promising future. Jan Jensen now with the hopeful ball forward, won easily by Tom Boyd. There's Craney with Jensen. Chance for Payton, well blocked by Baumann. That was good defending by Karsten Baumann in the end. Thrown away by Collins. It's a throw to Cologne. Alphonse Heagle there goes back to his marking chore on Craney. Collins again, trying to hold off Fuchs. Free kick's been given. Spot of handball there. Well, Fuchs has done well as a substitute for Cologne. Very busy supporting Ordenovitz up front. There's Fuchs again, good turn of pace. She's brought down by Boyd. With a yellow card, I suspect, for Galloway. Well, that's a bit unfortunate. I don't think that was deliberate at all as he drove that ball against Fuchs, but he was booked out of call in the first leg, so that's serious for Galloway, should Celtic qualify. Well, the referee, I reckon, was reacting to the reaction of Henry Fuchs to that, rather than the intent on the part of Galloway. Lidbarsky. Heagle. Lidbarsky again. Rudy calling for the ball in the left back position. Now Weiser. Long deep cross, a good one, and it's well taken by Marshall, backpedaling furiously and still getting spring into that jump. He did very well indeed. That was a dangerous moment for Celtic. Great cross this from Weiser on the run, a deep long ball to the far post, and goalkeeper Marshall doing extremely well. There's Greiner, couldn't keep the ball in play though. But it's still anyone's match. Brave man would predict the outcome of this game now. Just over 10 minutes remaining. Liam Brady's clearly anxious, going by the instructions coming from the Celtic dugout. What a difference this could make to Celtic's season if they could qualify here tonight. The third time in 24 years they've come back from a 2-0 deficit in Europe and won. Good play by Collins. He's made it! It's a superb finish from John Collins, and the Celtic fans are delirious. Oh, how about this for real confidence and ability, and a little bit of cheek as well, taking on Jan Jensen on the outside, stretching in there for the toe poke, but stabbed the ball beyond Ildner. Great control from Tom Boyd's throw, going up to Jensen, who expected him to go inside. That's a superb finish, and John Collins may well have scored the winner for Celtic. But you can be absolutely sure now though that Koln will throw everything forward, because if they were able to score just once, they would still go through on the away goals rule. So Celtic have to be very careful indeed. It's going to be a dramatic finish here. 9 minutes to go. Played off McNally for the corner kick by Weiser. The referee has given a goal kick, it would appear. An offside decision perhaps. Well, whatever, he's given a goal kick which Gordon Marshall is happy to take. Miller couldn't control that. In steps Weiser, that's for Held. McNally this time crunching in with an excellent tackle. Had to make that to concede the corner. Well, Celtic have the dilemma now. They have to defend with full concentration and look for another goal on the break. McBarkey's corner, that's well taken by Marshall. The sort of confident goalkeeping which inspires a team in these circumstances. Well, no extra time possible now. It's going to be settled within the 90 minutes and settled Celtic's way if there are no more goals. So Cologne have to throw everything forward and risk leaving gaps at the back. Corner kick's been given. Baumann and Payton together. So just listen to these Celtic supporters now. Well, it could be one of those memorable European occasions if things stay the same. There's Collins. A slip there going inside. Jensen. Back with Litbarski. Now Baumann. Jensen. Now Held. Mowbray steps in firmly. That's Rudy, tackled by Collins. There's been some reorganisation in the Celtic ranks defensively. Peter Grant has been penalised for that sliding challenge on Rudy. Free kick will require to be taken again from the correct place. Baumann to Held. Weiser using his pace to reach that. McNally keeps the ball in play, preventing a corner kick after Mowbray's interception. This is Baumann, forced to use Ildner, who's not at all happy with the ball at his feet. This time he handles things well. Baumann to Held. Lots of movement up front. There's Fuchs. Bogdanovic has fallen over there. A long chase to the right for Rudy. Taking on Boyd. That's a fine tackle by Boyd. Can't prevent the corner though, can he? Collins can. Collins appear to be fouled there by Rudy. It's a free kick to Celtic. Well, these Celtic players now are playing as though their lives depended upon it. They've got to battle right to the end here. It could scarcely be more tense. There's Tom Boyd's free kick. An offside decision against Andy Payton. So the Celtic supporters still giving tremendous vocal encouragement, but it's Koln who are now coming forward. Celtic content to sit back and defend for the moment. Marshall committed, and his handling once again was secure. Well, to find the last time that Celtic managed to keep a clean sheet in any match, we have to go back to the 19th of August when they beat Dundee 1-0 here at Celtic Park. But on no other occasion since then have they managed to avoid conceding a goal. And they have to do that here tonight to qualify for the second round in Europe. And what a major boost that would be to the club in these troubled times. Well, Celtic now looking for a disciplined, organised finish to the match. To keep calm, keep diligent, keep the marking secure. In goes McNally, but the offside flag is up against Andy Payton, who's getting some advice from the dugout about how to avoid that. Well, there's real tension in that dugout, and right around the stadium. 4 minutes remaining in the match. Still Celtic lead by 3-2 in aggregate. They have a free kick for the challenge there by Bogdanovic on McStay. Marshall will take the free kick in his own time. Aim for Payton. Come off the head of Baumann. There's Craney with Jensen and with Hegel. Kept in play here by McNally. Mowbray's available behind him. And once again, an offside decision, this time against Joe Miller. Joe Miller back in a deep position on the right. His task now really is to stop the runs made by Horst Held on the left rather than worry about getting forward himself. Mowbray timed that well. Rudy battling hard in the air. So did Collins. And Boyd thumps the ball to safety. Well, that's not the Liam Brady style. He wants to have his players keep possession by passing the ball, because Koln have the ball again from the throw. It's a stamina sapping match this. Once again Mowbray equal to the task in the air. Here's Held, put under pressure by Miller. It was effective pressure. Held wins it back and Bider is in behind McNally. This is dangerous. Thumped away by Mowbray. A chance is on for Jensen. It's deflected, held on the line by Marshall. There's trouble there on the goal line. And Gordon Marshall reacting angrily to a very reckless challenge made, it appeared, by Greiner, who's already been booked. Well, that was the most anxious moment of the match in defence for Celtic all night. Bogdanovic is protesting. A free kick's been given on the goal line for a very reckless challenge. Well, there are all sorts of problems here as the ball was deflected towards Marshall. There's Greiner. He's late and he's reckless. And having been booked already, that could have been the end of his involvement in the match. He's been a lucky player, I reckon. So a second change is made by Celtic. Steve Fulton comes on. Andy Payton goes off. So that shores up the Celtic midfield. Craney will be left upfield on his own, I reckon. Miller on the right, Fulton gives instructions to Grant and McStay. Collins playing it forward, Rudy back defending. That's Boyd. Grant through the header. Well, Celtic want to have the ball down and play some passes. That's good play by Galloway. Peter Grant's out of the game as Craney is flagged offside. There will be a hold up here of treatment for Peter Grant. 1 minute of the match plus injury time remaining. Grant appears to be in a lot of pain there. Certainly not the kind of player to lie down for nothing. That left elbow seems to be getting some attention from Ryan Scott. A landing which may have been awkward, I suspect. Well, Liam Brady just a matter of seconds away from what would be a momentous victory. Jörg Berger on the right there, the Koln coach, sheer frustration. Grant is back on his feet, he's going to continue with that damaged elbow. So we're now into injury time. The Celtic hang on to this precious lead. Here's Held. Playing it long there for Ordenovic. Can he get there in time? He did extremely well. So did Fuchs. Well, Henry Fuchs really has been a thorn in the flesh of the Celtic defence since coming on as substitute. And Ordenovic showed remarkable pace here to keep this in play. After Held played that very good pass to the byline, Ordenovic played it across. That could have been so disastrous for Celtic. Was whistling all around the stadium, waiting for the Belgian referee to put the Celtic supporters out of their misery. The throw to Celtic. With almost a minute of injury time. There have been one or two stoppages, but Guy Goethals is the man who will be watched constantly by Celtic supporters now. There's Fulton taking the ball to the corner flag, wasting some time, inviting Weiser to tackle, or Baumann if he's given a free kick against Celtic. Steve Coulter trying to keep possession in midfield. Up goes Mowbray, he's beaten to by Jensen. And the final whistle goes.